Maybe this is a hot take. I don't know.
Do I have to answer this one on a recording? I want to do that again.
I kind of want to have like a public debate about this.
Consumer-facing agentic AI, overhyped or underhyped? Way overhyped. Massively overhyped.
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 Underhyped.
Agentic AI is where you have independent agents or independent entities that can go off and make decisions of their own and come back with recommendations.
Overhyped right now, for sure. That people think that there's going to be these autonomous agents interacting with you at every touch point. People are a little freaked out about that. I go back to drive-thrus. They've had some problems with it. Most recently, in the past couple of weeks, of someone being able to order 18,000 bottles of water from the agent. And I think that those kind of things temper this hype for that we're going to be replaced by robots.
I don't think the regular person has an idea that there could be, 50 to 100 agents working behind the scenes to like connect the dots on like their customer profile data from a purchase they made.
I think this is underhyped. I think it's short-sighted to let that fear of the unknown prevent teams from pursuing this innovation when there are so many ways to offer agents to customers to help build connection, build trust in a really human way.
Optimizing how brands surface in AI agents answers. Underhyped.
Underhyped.
The types of content that is pulled in by LLMs and GPTs, when you prompt them with questions, frankly, they're pulling in informational, editorialized content from review sites or from publications, as well as from forums like Reddit, where you have long, engaged, user-generated content that is highly detailed and actually solves the question. That is a fundamental shift around the type of content and copy that we need to feature on brand experiences in order for them to be surfaced as credible sources.
Building up your AI visibility is, I think, the next big battleground for brands, especially because on these AI search tools, you don't get a list of links like you do with Google. You're getting surfaced with maybe 2 or 3 other options.
AI agents replacing entire human workflows. Overhyped. You have to have a human in the loop.
Overhyped.
Overhyped, at least for now.
I think this answer totally depends. I think what's overhyped is the idea that, humans are going to go away, there won't be a human present, and AI agents can do everything. I think what's underhyped is kind of the true value they can bring to people as they're working.
If there was something that could replace all 100% of what we do, of course, we'd all be replaced. But the reality is we look after the edge cases.
Adoption doesn't necessarily mean results. Take the marketing content supply chain as example. Some tools or vendors may promise one-click content creation and compliance decisions with zero oversight. But in reality, automated agents struggle with nuance, fairness, and brand voice.
Agentic AI reducing cost per customer interaction.
Absolutely underhyped.
It's appropriately hyped. We're going to see a lot of efficiencies from it sooner than later. Like people are using them already. Every interaction is going to be much more efficient and people might get more out of those interactions. The information is going to be much richer using agentic AI and probably more targeted. So you won't have to bounce around to different people to find the information that you need to solve a problem about your bill or your car or something.
Absolutely underhyped because the cost per interaction goes lower, but the value per interaction goes way, way higher, especially where the interaction is human-based.
AI massively transforming industries in the next year. I think this is overhyped.
We are at the valley of despair when it comes into the hype curve. A lot of people are saying, hey, AI hasn't done what I expected it to. What people don't do is they don't go in and see what exactly was AI actually leveraged for.
Overhyped. There was recently an FT article about this that was saying so many of these leaders at these companies saying, yes, we have expanded our usage of AI across the enterprise. But when the researchers went back to do deep dive interviews with the leaders couldn't tell them what the AI was actually actually be doing or how it was actually being used in teams.
This is not just a transformation of technology and data. To do this at scale and successfully with longevity and realizing the actual impacts from a cost effectiveness, efficiency, as well as the revenue upsides, this is a huge people transformation and shift.